Blessings, 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 O people of the living God of heaven. Basically, this is a follow-up video on the one that I did previously entitled C.C. Bakery has been a central hub in oppression against David. If you had noticed that video, it ended with an abrupt. Yep, it ended abruptly. That is because I ran out of space. So the Most High God of Heaven sent me a fresh dream, and in this dream that I saw in the dream. Yes, General Manners, I saw in the dream. Bushes were growing on the walls of C.C. Bakery. Yeah, bushes were growing on the walls of C.C. Bakery. You see that fence over there? Let me zoom in. Something like that the Most High showed me freshly. That the walls of C.C. Bakery, bushes were growing on the walls. No, that is a very spiritual sign, very symbolic. Now, back to following up on the video that ended abruptly, alright? I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to the Most High God of Heaven in ancient Hebrew. The sacred names. One, Yahweh the Father's name in ancient Hebrew, Lashaw and Quadash, and Yahweh Shai for the Son's name. Yep. You did not hear J because you did not hear Jesus because the letter J was not into existence when he was walking the earth. It came into existence in 1524. Therefore, his name could not be Jesus. The name of the Most High could not be Jehovah. Jarastafari could not be the name of God. Selassie is not the Most High. He's not the Lord's anointed. He's not the Messiah. All right? So, all honor, glory, and praises to the God of Israel through his only begotten Son. Yes, General. My nombre es Malak the Word. My name is David, King David, the beloved servant of the living God of heaven. Yeah, so one of the times in the video that I did concerning, C.C. Bakery has been a central hub in oppression against David. I was speaking one of the times on the fact that when I was being fired by Mr. Donib, that there was a man there by the name Winston. When I was being fired, he was laughing. He was taking it for a joke. While I was contemplating that I will not be able, or how am I going to take care of my family financially? How am I going to provide for them? Yeah, but Winston was having a great laugh, So basically, it was a joke for him. Then after I was fired, the Most High smote Winston that was laughing. The Most High smote Winston with a stroke. So Winston too had to leave the bakery. All right. Also, after I was fired, my satanic father lined me up in oppression all over again. He came to me asking me about, a site work at down the road, not too far from where I live. No, I told him that I was going to be oppressed, so I am not, I am not interested in the work because I will be oppressed there. And he was saying, no, that's not going to take place, so forth and so on. Which I already knew that oppression was going to take place. But because of the situation whereby I wanted to help out my family in providing for them, we have to get nutrients for the body. We have to survive. You know, I went after I was saying that, I'm going to be faced with oppression. I still, after a time, decided to take on the work. Once again, I already knew through the spirit that I was going to be oppressed. But nonetheless, I took on the work. And when I took on the work, so said, so done. Boom! Oppression. I was oppressed heavily on the site work. Now, the owner of the site was my satanic father's first cousin, Mr. Cyril Chung, which the Most High revealed as a raw man, exposed as a raw man of recent. Yeah. So basically, my father lined me up on a work that his cousin Cyril owned. And basically, I was oppressed heavily on that construction site. Yeah, and I was also mocked heavily. Yeah, on the site. I do not have to go into precise details of the things that transpired, but I was oppressed heavily there. All right? Yeah. So basically, that is that. Even to physical points. Yeah. I don't have to go into specific details. So basically, it reached to a point whereby I was tired of the setup of the site and the oppression, so I walked off the site. There was even mocking against God. They were even mocking God, mocking me and mocking God. They made a lot of jokes against God. One of the person that was mocking God, the Most High jacked him up, jacked him up. There was another person that used to say that, mocking me, that he's not bowing down to any man in the sky, because they know that I am a God-fearing person. I take God dearly to my heart. They were saying that he was saying that I am a fool to be worshiping God, and he is not. He is his own God, and he's not bowing down to any man in the sky. So some proud speech, yes, General. Some proud speeches were made, while I was on that site work. Anyway, I walked off the site work, and the Most I decided to strike. Yeah, the Most I decided that enough was enough. So I was oppressed first at C.C. Bakery, and then I went to the construction site, lined up by my satanic biological father, and I was oppressed heavily there. That site was owned by his cousin Cyril. Yeah, that place is now, in full effect. Anyway, when I was tired of the oppression, I walked off the site work, and the Most I decided to strike. And this was in and the time around. It was approximately there about 3 years since I was fired from C.C. Bakery. All right? Roundabout. Now, remember that I was fired in a 3-and-1 formation. My 3 satanic brothers, my older biological brothers, yeah, Mr. Danny called me and told me that I was being fired because I am not speaking to those men. Right, mine oppressors. Yep. So I was fired in the names of mine oppressors. So I am just one man. There are three of them. Yep. So they use money, power, and put me out of a job financially. This was done by the secret agents. Yep. Along to Mr. Danny. All right. So he fired me in the names of my 3 brothers. Yep, because they didn't want me to have, an income to take care of my family financially. So they were proving that strength against me. But my trust has been in the Most High God of heaven and not in money. Not in money. So watch this now. Look at this. You see, just like the formation that they fired me in, there was an accident that I believe it transpired in Trelawney, if I am remembering correctly. I believe so, but if not, nonetheless, the accident took place and the Most High made a 3-1 strike. 3 persons from one place died, and 1 person from another place also died in the same accident. A car and a bus collided, yeah, and 4 people died one time. 4 persons died one time in the collision. So that is 3-1, just like my 3 satanic brothers and me being the one that was being fired in the names of the 3. The Most High made a hit and 4 persons died one time. So from Coronation Bakery, which is also owned by the same person that owns the place where the site work was going on, which is Mr. Cyril, which once again the Most High has recently exposed as a raw man. I'm trying to move quickly right here. As a raw man. Basically, he is the owner of Coronation Bakery. Yeah, the person that died from Coronation Bakery in the crash, they call him Satan. Satan. I know him as Dayton. That's what I call him. I call him Dayton. That's what I know him as. But I have heard people calling him Satan. Now from C.C. Bakery now, 3 persons died in that accident. One of the twins, you had Omroy and you had Joker. And we were close friends, but everything changed when the oppression started. As I have said in the previous video, that my friends became mine enemies. So basically, in the accident, Joker died, Omroy died. They are brothers, and also one of the twins. So that's 3 persons from C.C. Bakery and 1 person from Coronation Bakery. So that is a 3-1 death formation. Just like I was fired in a 3-1 formation. Not only that, the address of C.C. Bakery is 1 West Palm Avenue. My address where I live is 3 West Palm Avenue. So that is 3-1 again. Not only that, when you move to Coronation Bakery and look at the address at Coronation Bakery, it says 130 Bryant's Bay Lot. 3-1 again. Not only that, it gets more interesting. When the accident took place, I was 31 years old. 3-1. Not only that, it gets more interesting. It happened in the month of January. January carries 31 days. 3-1. Not only that, this was in and around the time of coronavirus. When coronavirus just came in, one of the first reported cases of coronavirus was in Wuhan, China. Yeah, Wuhan, China. And it was one of the first reported cases was on the 31st of December. 3-1. 31st of December 2019. 3-1. You see that? Not only that, basically, the word coronation, it means the crowning of a king. All right, so in them oppressing me all this time, I did not know that I was David. After a time, it was revealed unto my wife. And when I started to do my calculations, it was revealed that I am David. So I went before God and asked him a question. I asked him for a sign for him to confirm that if I am his servant David, to please send me a precise sign. And the precise sign was sent immediately after I ended my prayer. And then the Most High took away the sign. Alright, so I asked for a precise sign. Anyway, that is very deep. With the numbers that I've just explained. Now, the word coronation, it means the crowning of a king. You can look it up if you do not believe me, all right? And the whole wheat bread at Coronation Bakery, if you look at the whole wheat bread, one of the bags, it has a crown on it. And the truck, when the truck is passing, you can look at the truck for those, that see the truck from this area. There's a crown on it. Yeah, and one of the breads. Yeah, the bread bags. Yes, General Manners. Now, once again, the coronation means the crowning of a king or, certain form of people. Not only that, my people. If you subtract N, if you subtract O, if you subtract I, and if you subtract T, instead of having coronation, you will be left with the word corona. The word corona means newness, and it also means a crown or a ring. A ring. You see how deep that is? It was the same time when coronavirus came out, because when the accident took place, there was a funeral problem that occurred whereby the government called for some strict measures as it relates to funeral, because they were trying to avoid people, joining up together, because they were trying to prevent, the spreading of the virus. So when it was time for them to be buried, there was a great problem surrounding that. People and funeral, and how many people are allowed to be in one space at the same time, so forth and so on. So it was all hand in hand. I am speaking very quickly right there, so I know that I am moving, a bit too fast, I would say. But I want to get the video done because I do not have enough space on this phone. So that is that, my people. The most I took out 4 people one time, 3 and 1 dead formation. I was 31 years old. That is 3 and 1 formation. My address is 3 West. The baker's address is 1 West. That is 3 and 1 formation. It happened in the month of January. The accident happened in the month of January. That is 3 and 1. 3 and 1. 3 and 1. Because January carries 31 days. All right. Now, it was the end of 2019, going into 2020, that coronavirus came out. All right. And one of the first reported cases was in Wuhan, China, on the 31st of December. 3 and 1. I was 31 years old. 3 and 1. The Coronation Baker's address is 130 Brands Bay, 3 and 1. Just running over the things, quickly here. I might be missing some, but that is that, and I could go into more details of things, but sometimes the videos would take almost forever. So that is that, my people. Fear God, love God, serve Him. All right. So that is the follow-up video of C.C. Bakery has been a central hub in oppression against David. So that is that, my people. Let the Lord God of Israel be magnified at all times. I like the word. I'm out. Sila.